Raptor fans, I know this probably looks different. It might sound different. There's a lot of new things going on right now on the channel. First things first, I'm going to let you guys know right away. I got a new camera here so you guys can see. I don't know if it looks any different in the video. You guys can let me know. You guys are the judges here, right? If it looks any good, fantastic. But if I look down a bit at times, it's because I'm so used to looking down. Yeah, you guys don't know this, but I've been recording with my phone the entire time. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I finally got a computer, good one, ready to go. Got a camera, good, ready to go. All today, right? Just blowing my money like crazy. So if I look down a little bit, I'm so used to looking at the phone camera and all that stuff. So if I look down, I apologize. I'm going to focus on looking at the camera and looking at you guys the entire time. Also, you might notice it sounds a little different. I might as well bring my trusty sidekick. Yeah, I just went out and bought this bad boy, the Big Yeti. I don't know how this sounds. It might sound terrible. Who knows? But you know what? We're all learning on the fly here, Raptor fans. And we're also here to break down some things. Got a lot of things you guys probably already noticed. There's an intro and there's going to be an extra. Kind of some crazy different stuff going on the channel. Trying to expand a little bit, make some good things happen. By the way, if you guys are interested in the Discord, I know it's pretty big. Just created one. Shout out to my guy. I think his name was Dylan. I can't remember. I think I got it. If I butchered it, I sound like look like an idiot. Help me set this bad boy up. So I will be putting the link in the description if you want to join the Discord. We have a Jays chat, a Raptors chat, a Leafs chat. All that stuff, guys, is down in the description. By the way, the Twitter and the Instagram are also down there as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. And also, I'm going to try and get a little clip midway through this video. You guys might see it pop up at some point, and I might mention it at some point. I'm going to try some things, Raptor fans. It's all trial and error stuff here. But let's break down this basketball game, because that's really what we're here to talk about. And they lose. 111-110 to the Dallas Mavericks. And with the loss, Raptors now fall to 5-4 on the season. And through three quarters, it was ugly. Offensively, just sloppy on all sides. Defensively, a lot of blown coverages, a lot of doubles on Luka, and then lost after that. And then losing Pascal as well. Looked pretty ugly. Looked like it was going to be an absolute disaster of a game. But the fellas fought back. They made some big shots, got some big stops when Luka wasn't on the floor in the fourth quarter. But it was just too little too late. As they lost, like I said, 111-110 to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, let's break down the basketball game, shall we? First quarter. Back and forth quarter, really? However, and this is where I might plop this clip in here. We'll have to see. But about 13 seconds to go. I might go right here if I can figure it out. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Precious Achiuwa running up the floor. You think, he's going to, dribble it out, get the last shot. If you make it, no, okay. But if you do make it, good stuff. You're tied after one quarter of play. Well, no. You will see here, Precious drives right through guys. Tries to drive through, 2 or 3 dudes with 13 seconds left, turns the ball over, they go down the other way, and they lay it up for 2. And I'm thinking to myself, Precious, what in that? His awareness was not there. He did not know the play. He did not know the time of the game, and that was not a smart move. Now, yes, people are going to, you lost by 2, you lost by 1, and they scored 2 points there, and people are like, well, that's the difference in the game. It really wasn't, but if you minimize the mental mistakes, you give yourself a better opportunity to win a basketball game. And I'm hoping this clip was here. If not, I look like a complete moron. But in the second quarter, kind of the same thing, right? Defensively, having a tough time. Offensively, really sucking at shooting the three. They were 25% at the half. Shooting from distance, right? It was not pretty to watch from the three-point shooting standpoint. And you were down by, what is that? My notes are up there now. 5. You were down by 5 at the break. You're down by 5 at halftime. And you shot the 3 at a 25% clip. That doesn't sound like a terrible thing. But you go in the third quarter, and they start the third probably as bad as you possibly can. I believe they started with 1 of 6 from the field and 6 turnovers. What the hell was... That's not Raptor basketball at all. They were completely lost. They were at one point getting obliterated by 19, and it was ugly. It was not pretty at all in that third quarter for the Toronto Raptors. Now, they did fight back. At one point, they got it down to 10, but then they built it back up to 18, and then Scotty somehow drills a 3 at the end of the third quarter, making it a 15-point game. But you're still down 15 going into the fourth. You're minus 10 in the third quarter. Not where you want to be if you're the Toronto Raptors. And in that fourth quarter, you see Pascal Siakam go down, and we're like, great! Just what you want to see. Your best your best pitcher. Man, he's got a text girlfriend again. You know what? I love her dearly, but okay. I don't know if you guys are hearing the dinging. You probably are because the mic's might be picking it up. But this new laptop throwing me for a loop at times. And Pascal goes down, right? And we're already down a bunch, and they get the layup, obviously, after him slipping and falling because the grounds crew couldn't keep it clean. And at that point, it felt over, right? It did. Scotty's basically hobbled on one leg, which I want to touch on in a second here. Pascal leaves the game. No Fred, and Luka's drilling really tough shots. It looks pretty over, right? Well, the fellas fought back. They got some turnovers against Dallas, some offensive fouls, some pretty good defense there. Albeit, this is with Luka off the floor. Let me make that very clear. And yeah, they fight back, and they have chances to get it between a one-possession game, to tie it, to get it. They have those opportunities. They miss a couple of freebies late in the game, and it's just that close, and you lose by one. You win the fourth quarter 29-15, but you lose the game. That's all that matters. All right, let's get to the player stats. OG Anunoby, phenomenal. You needed him to score. You needed that with Pascal, and obviously leading in the fourth with Fred not playing, and clearly Scotty, especially early in the game, you noticed, that ankle's bothering him. And I want to say something about that right now. If he's not healthy, he should not be on the floor. We learned that last year with Fred, didn't we? Where a guy's not 100% healthy and he's battling something, you don't care if he's going to miss games in October and November. I'd rather him be out there in May. April, May, maybe even June. You never know. I'd rather him not battle this and then to come April, May, battling on one leg. Like Fred was all kinds of banged up last year because they had to keep rushing him out there. Scotty, be careful, my man. We do not need any more injuries with this kid. Especially serious ones that he's trying to fight through. Can't happen. But OG was great. 24, 7 and 1, shot 10 of 20 from the field, was 1 of 1 from the line, 3 of 5 from distance, had 5 steals again. Continuing that conversation for all the defensive team and defensive player of the year, maybe? I don't know. We shall see. Pascal Siakam, again, before he left the game, was really good. 18 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 7 of 14 from the field. Was 4 of 6 from the line. Struggled from three-point range. I think he only took a couple of them, though, so it's not too bad. Gary Trent Jr. struggled royally from the field. 13 points, but he shot 3 of 12 and was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 1 of 7 from distance, excuse me. So he royally struggled shooting the basketball, did GT. Scotty Barnes, look, again, a lot of this stuff is probably late in the fourth quarter. I think he had at least 8 in the fourth quarter. He had 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 dimes. He had the triple-double going on, did Scotty B, and you love the effort you saw late in the ball game. It was 1 of 6 from the field, 3 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 1 of 6 from 3 for Scott, or 1 of 6 from 3. So he did struggle shooting the rock, especially early on in the basketball game. Did come on late, but again, too little, too late. Chris Boucher was phenomenal yet again. Another big night offensively off the bench. 17 points, 9 boards, 1 dime. Shot 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line, 2 of 6 from distance. And in a 1-point loss, Chris Boucher was a plus 20 while he was on the floor. Doing some good things to Chris Boucher. Precious Achiuwa, again, other than that massive brain fart at the end of the first quarter, which cannot happen, especially on the road. You can't give teams extra possessions and extra points. You just can't do that. And it paid costly in the end of the game. Obviously, 2 points, it's a very minuscule amount, but you lost by 1. Who knows what would have happened if that doesn't happen, or we get the last shot and he settles it down, maybe you get a bucket and you take the lead, or if you go into the second quarter tied, maybe it changes. Who knows? We will never know, but it was just a really, really, really tough play for Precious Achiuwa. All right, let's get to the team stats, shall we? 44% from the field for the Raptors. Not great. 32% from 3. It did creep up in the second half, obviously, but 32% is it's not good enough, right? 84% from the free throw line. They did a great job there yet again. Dallas shot 51% from the field. It all starts with Luka Doncic, a lot of pick and roll stuff up high, and it was working. Getting Dwight Powell, and then he kicks it to somebody else for a 3, and they were drilling some. Obviously only shot 35% from the field, or from 3, excuse me, but they really did a good job of getting in the paint and making shots there, and get a lot of wide open dunks. The Raptors were struggling with their switches out of the double. And it was tough to watch, and you know what? That's okay. Those games happen. 84% from the line as well for where the Dallas Mavericks actually exact same free throw attempts and makes as the Raptors in this one. Now, this is where the things get skewed, though. This is why the Raptors lost this basketball game. And you could look at OG's stat line. You could look at Gary shooting the ball terrible, and only shooting 32% from three. The reason the Raptors lost today was their turnovers. This team prides themselves on turning the other team over, which they think it was 18 turnovers they had, which is fine. The Raptors turned the ball over 19 times today. That is not Raptor basketball. And as I mentioned, they had 6 turnovers in the early goings of the third quarter. It was ugly. 19 for the game is not Raptor basketball. I don't know how many times this year we've seen single digits, and 11 and 12 is kind of a good number, right? But 19 is way too many. They dominated the glass. They were plus 13 in the rebounds, plus 12 in the offensive boards, plus 15 in second chance points. You had them there. Just, you return the ball over way too much. And when you give a guy like Luka Doncic, who that offense just lives and dies through, extra opportunities, it's gonna kill you. And it did. But hey, those games happen. You move on. You got to be better next time. And the next time, Raptors taking on the Chicago Bulls. DeMar DeRozan comes back to Toronto again on Sunday at 6 p.m. as the Raptors look to bounce back after this tough one, and hopefully good news on the Pascal Siakam front. Obviously, the groin is a very tender thing when it comes to basketball players, and obviously sliding the way he did, it didn't look great, but he was walking off okay, so it's just kind of maybe it's a precautionary thing. I don't know. But either way, hopefully he's all right, and hopefully he's going to be fine for the game against Chicago on Sunday. But if he is not, you do not force him out there. Yes, we need him, but you do not force him out there. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. I have no idea how this one's going to turn out, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the fourth quarter to today's game. Smack that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. Also, the Discord link will be down in the description below. Get some conversation going between us all, right? We got a lot of fun. We got a Leafs chat, like I mentioned, Jay's chat, Raptors chat, all that stuff in the description, so go check that stuff out. All right, and I will talk to you guys. Okay, Leafs edition. They play tomorrow against the Boston Bruins, who are 10-1. Well, if the Leafs continue their streak of playing up to their opponents, Boston's 10-1. The Leafs will probably win that game. We shall see. At Scotiabank Arena tomorrow night on Hockey Night in Canada, 7 o'clock puck drop there. And as for the Toronto Raptors, as we mentioned, their next game is on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. tip-off at Scotiabank Arena. Chicago Bulls, DeMar DeRozan in town as the Raptors to bounce back after tonight's tough loss to the Dallas Mavericks. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.